You know what? Hey, let me ask you that. Because just, like, look at me asking questions. Can you or do you have a top 5 in-game dunk of all time?
In-game? Okay,
Like,
I'm glad you said that because I was going to ask you who is your top dunkers. So in-game dunks, dude, there's so many people. I was looking, Dominique threw some dunks down on some people.
Yeah.
I was saying the top in-game dunker, for me, the top dunker in-game of all time, is Vince Carter.
Vince, yeah, it has to
Vince
be.
Carter.
Has to be.
I watched the dunk.
I was waiting. I was like,
no.
Well, I was waiting. Is he gonna say it? Like,
I watched the dunk of this guy. One dribble.
Yeah.
One dribble in the key. This is after he left Toronto and he was in New Jersey.
Yeah.
One dribble in the key, cocked it back, and dunked on like
Lonzo Mourning.
I don't know who it was.
Alonzo? No, it wasn't.
I don't know who it was, but just turned. It was a boom, rise up like this.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Okay, Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe has a dunk where it's crazy. They show these little clips on Instagram, and he says to his team,
Yeah.
you're gonna inbound me the ball because there's a timeout.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it in the key and I'm gonna dunk on everybody in the key. The bench went crazy, and I think it was Nick Van Exel that was like, we weren't going crazy over the dunk. We went crazy because this guy said, inbound the ball to me, I'm going to drive in the center, and I'm going to dunk on everybody in the key. And that's what he did.
And he did it. Yeah.
We can't forget about Sean Kemp.
Right?
That guy, some crazy dunks, guy.
Yep.
In-game.
Dirty in-game dunk.
Tomahawks and windmills.
Yeah.
Who else had crazy dunk? I mean, are we keeping it old school or new school?
No, everything. In-game dunks.
You know who's
I'm asking you to choose.
Ed, what's his name? That guy that plays on the Timberwolves now. He was a rookie, like I think it's his third season.
The Ant.
Edwards?
Anthony Edwards. The Ant, Anthony Edwards.
That guy throws some dunks down there. I'm just like,
what? John Morant.
John Morant. Yo, when he almost dunked on Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Yo,
Kevin Love came, did you hear the interview after? Kevin Love said he nearly ended my career.
Yes.
I would have retired if that went down. He's like
barely missed it too, guy.
But the thing is, John Morant has about 4 more of those where he got them.
I know.
You know?
I know.
You know, so the John Morant is all of a sudden,
John
yo,
Morant.
what up, Gizzy, Grizz, whatever. What up, Flim? It's Gizzy, Jizzy. I don't know what his name is. I feel we're calling him Jizzy, but anyway. Gizzy, I'm gonna go with Gizzy. Okay. But what up, Gizzy? I had it the second time, Gizzy. All right. But there's so much more. So you see, my list has Kenyon Martin on it.
Ooh, Kmart.
Yeah, Kenyon Martin's on there.
Oh yeah, he has some dirty
in-game dunks.
Like, but then if you're gonna go that, then you gotta go
Barkley.
Oh.
Grandmama.
What?
Like
Blake Griffin.
Yeah, Blake. Oh, fucking Blake. Holy shit.
When he first came
you have to talk about Blake
and then
Griffin.
You gotta go with his counterpartner on the team when they call it
DeAndre Jordan.
Lob City.
Lob City. Yo, that team was that has to be one of my favorite years of basketball.
People were afraid.
Just the things that they were doing to people. Chris Paul to either one of those two.
Chris Paul would dribble and just be like,
whip it up in the air
and look at you, and it's like somebody's coming and dunking.
Yeah.
But then we're forgetting about Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
Tracy McGrady has some dirty.
Yeah, he has. But you know,
dirty slashing in-game dunks.
Yeah, but Tracy McGrady is down because like during that time of the Raptors, I think Keon Clark had better in-game dunks.
But we're not.
Keon Clark used to put it on people's mouth, guys.
McGrady on Orlando.
Yeah.
And on Houston.
But McGrady
Houston was the best version of McGrady.
Yeah, McGrady was never in my mind one of the like he's not up there for me. McGrady's not up there. Like with guys like Kmart and fucking Grandmama and Dominique Wilkins.
Yes.
And fucking Sean Kemp. And even Michael Jordan put some dirty ones on people.
Well, I mean, he's the GOAT. Like,
yeah, but and then like up nowadays with John Morant and fucking Anthony Edwards.
Yes.
And like Anthony Edwards has Anthony Edwards only been in the league like 3 years and has probably 2 of my favorite in-game dunks. Like,
but you know who has one of my favorite dunks?
Which
is Weber. Weber did a behind the back.
Yeah.
And then dunked over some dude.
Yeah.
And,
you know,
he dunked over him.
Yeah.
This was his beginning years.
You know who's underrated
Who?
in game dunks, but just because he's so fucking big and thing. But Shaq used to make people eat his nuts all the fucking time. His dunks, Shaq's dunks just look so powerful. But in game, he basically dunked on everybody but Yao Ming. Yao Ming was I even think he might have got one on Yao.
But Yao was his hardest because Yao was so big.
Yeah, but Yao was the only guy I think ever to give Shaq problems. He says it.
Yeah.
Like, Yao gave me problems. He's like, I didn't know what the fuck to do against this guy.
Because he was so big.
Yeah, Yao gave him problems. Like, to this day, I just posted a video on our feed again also.
Yeah.
With Shaq and Yao. And Yao is clearly like 6 or more inches taller than Shaq. You're talking. And he's bigger than Shaq. Like, clearly bigger than
And
Shaq.
Shaq is 7'1"?
Listed as 7'1".
I think Yao Ming's like
7'6" or 7'7" or something. I don't know, man.
He's tall. He's tall.
Yao Ming. If anybody could look that shit up for us and tell me how fucking tall Yao Ming is, but
Yeah.
Shaq said it. Shaq said the only guy. Shaq still got his points and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he says the only guy that gave me problems. But Shaq's in-game dunks when he fucking dunked on the guy and gave him the push, and they're like,
how about the dunk? He two-handed dunk with Akeem piggybacking
him. Yeah.
Akeem was on his back.
Yeah.
And then Shaq just went up.
Boom. Fucking yeah.
Like move.
7'6". Gizzy says 7'6".
What?
7 foot fucking 6 guy. Holy shit.
A whole 5 inches taller.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
So I get it. So now that we've listed all those in-game dunkers,
Yeah.
give me your top 5 in-game dunks.
Well,
Think about it for a second.
I don't have to. Vince Carter. I don't give a
all
shit.
5 of them are fit. Yeah.
Vince Carter, number 1.
In the Olympics.
So what dunk is better?
My number one dunk.
What dunk's better?
My number one in-game dunk is Vince Carter
In the
playing for
Olympics.
USA, jumping over the 7-foot French dude.
Yeah. And
Jumping over
the
him.
worst part about it is, the French guy, all he did was tilt his head.
Yes, Davin.
Tilt his head to the side. The thing that went over his head was Vince Carter's shorts touched him.
Yo,
Vince Carter didn't touch him.
That 7-foot guy knows exactly what Vince Carter's balls smell like.
Oh,
His balls just rubbed over his
taste,
forehead. Yo,
smell, taste,
feel. Vince Carter rubbed his cashew.
You know?
Vince Carter rubbed his cashews on that guy's fucking forehead, guy.
When you're like,
they just went over his head like
balls
this.
in your eye.
Yo,
Get the ball out of your eye.
fucking salted. Salted cashews are on sale at Walmart this week. Go check it out. Walmart's a sponsor, right?
Not a sponsor.
Oh, fuck, man. I almost thought we had a sponsor. Oh yeah, Vince didn't even. Yeah, yo, I read that. I not read that. Sorry, I saw that on a video just recently.
Yeah.
Davin said, "Is that Davin who said that?" Yeah. On an interview with Vince Carter recently, Vince Carter said, "I jumped and dunked it, but didn't realize I had jumped over him. When you see me celebrating, I celebrated
the dunk.
until I got a hard dunk."
Yeah.
And Garnett is losing his mind. He's like, Garnett knew I jumped over him. He saw it.
Yeah.
But he was like, I didn't know I jumped over him until after.
I saw it.
Yeah. He's like, and he's like, holy shit. He goes, I just jumped as high as I could, thinking I'm gonna dunk on him. Meanwhile, he cleared him. He cleared a 7-footer. So anyway, the number one dunk of all time. My number 2 dunk, in-game dunk of all time, is also Vince Carter, on when he was on the Nets and he did it on Alonzo Mourning.
I think it's the same one we're
A
talking
guy ran out at Vince, and Vince put it behind his back, so the guy ran right by him. And Vince had only, from the 3-point line, Vince had only Alonzo Mourning in front of him. And he stepped into the lane, took that hard dribble, and jumped up, and just fucking cocked it back. And put it in Alonzo Mourning's fucking mouth, guy. It was, again, I lose my mind every time I see that dunk.
Yes.
It's one of my all-time favorite fucking dunks. It's akin to what Anthony Edwards did to the Raptors guy, UT Watanabe or something like that. You know UT
yeah,
Watanabe?
that's kind of dirty.
Yeah, because that in-game dunk was almost the same, except, I don't know, I just like Vince's better because it was literally right. Alonzo Mourning is supposed to be one of the all-time fucking shot block guys and whatever.
He's the most posterized person ever.
Yes, it was. Yes, you're right, Davin. That's exactly what it was. Yeah, Alonzo Mourning?
Yes.
You gotta give him props, though. He kept trying to block people.
No, I'm not saying that he didn't try. I'm just saying that he was the most posterized guy.
Because he was always in there trying to block people, he ate it a lot. So those are top 2. Derrick Rose is just because of how much I like that dunk. The Derrick Rose dunk is like my third.
If we're talking about a dunk, then I have to put this in here.
Go ahead.
Kevin Johnson over Akeem.
Oh, KG. Holy shit.
Remember that dunk?
Yeah.
And he's like 6 feet.
6, even maybe 6'1", maybe.
And he cocked it on him. And like, yo, that was, to me, that's one of the best dunks.
Yeah,
I just remember that.
Sorry.
That was one of the best dunks I've ever seen.
You know what you just reminded me of? This is not one of the best, but it's up there. The thing is, the in-game dunks are so money. That's why I'm trying to ask you to pick 5. I know how hard it is.
It's hard, guy. There's so many to pick from.
But another one of my favorite ones, like, it's not really up there, but it's up there, is Starks. I can't remember who he dunked it on. It was in the Starks along the baseline. John Starks just fucking jumped on baseline.
No.
Because he dunked on like 3 Chicago Bulls.
No.
Jordan, Pippen,
and Horace Grant.
Yeah. He dunked on all 3 of them.
Yes.
Remember that dunk?
Yeah, I do remember.
That's gotta be up there, but kind of not up there. You know what I mean? It's like, it was just. I mean, it was so wicked to see.
We're forgetting about the obvious too. I mean, LeBron has some dirty.
Oh, LeBron's got some
dirty and he does the whole just one hand.
Yeah, jump so much
cock it back.
Yeah.
You know, I'm coming from the side, catching a lob, cock it back.
Which
he does those.
Which one are you talking about? The Starks one or the Vince one? Yeah.
But
LeBron. Do you remember one that LeBron did? I think he dunked on a guy that was, and he's like, it was like this point guard. They like lobbed it up, and the point guard was just under the rim, and he turned, and LeBron was already in the air, and he dunked it, and the guy fell down, and LeBron just turned and was like,
yeah, I remember that. I don't know who it was, but I remember that dunk.
Yeah. It was like LeBron was on Miami, definitely, I think, or was he on Cleveland?
I think it was Miami, because him and Dwayne Wade have some dirty loops to each other.
The Vince game winner against the Rockets. Yeah. So LeBron's right up there too. LeBron's got some nasty in-game dunks.
But okay, I'll tell you, one of my favorite Jordan dunks of all time. It was against New York.
Yeah.
And I think it was against Starks.
Yeah.
But there was somebody else with him. So he caught the ball, dribbled it baseline,
and turned back.
And yes, you know it.
Turn.
He seen the help defense. He went back out to the 3-point line, but then
spun back
and cocked it sideways.
It was on Ewing.
And Starks.
It was on Ewing.
But he beat
Starks was the one he beat.
Starks beat him, and then he cocked it on Ewing.
Ewing ate it.
Ate that dunk.
That's a good one too.
That's probably one of my favorite Jordan dunks. Because to me, I'm like, you guys don't know that that's fucking Jordan? What are you doing letting him spin on you? Play defense.
But you can't, guy. You act like.
I know, but that
you let Jordan score 50. Play defense. Jordan was getting it.
I know he's getting
Jordan
it, but
took it.
But this is what the why that play was so great is that they D'd him up.
Yeah.
And then when he turned away, they relaxed. They're oh, okay. But when they relaxed, they turned around and
back. Jordan has another one. Where Jordan's at the 3-point line, they pass it to him. He pretends to shoot with his palm, but doesn't. He just pulls it back.
Yes.
And a guy flies by, and then Jordan just flies in and dunks it on somebody. Yeah. And all I remember from that dunk is Jordan dunked it on the guy, looked at him, and Jordan's teammate came to the guy and went and pushed him in the forehead. In those days, you could do things like that, right? Like you didn't get fucking technical and stuff for little stupid shit. The guy came and pushed the guy who Jordan just dunked on in his face. Just gave him a push.
Hilarious.
Like, and that was the thing. Like, it was like a famous. I think it was against Atlanta, maybe or something. They passed it to him. Jordan did that, like fake, like when he just palmed the ball and pretend to hold it up, and the guy flew by, pulled it back, and he did a 2-footer, like this.
Yes.
And put it down on a guy. So, like, I don't know, man. Like this, I know this list created a good discussion.
Yeah, it's hard because you're like, guy, you know how many in-game dunks are dirty? And these dunkers aren't dirty dunkers?
Yeah.
Thunder Dan Marley used to dunk on people all the time, guys.
Really?
Yes. That's why they call him Thunder Dan. And then when he first started, he used to dunk on people all the time.
I know, my favorite dunker of all time is probably Kenyon Martin, like in-game dunks, just for how nasty and how cocked back his dunks were. And he played with J. Kidd at that time.
Yes, Kenyon Martin.
I just love watching a Kenyon Martin.
Original Lob City.
Yeah.
He was original Lob City.
Yeah.
Jason
J. Kidd to Kenyon Martin. Like I just love watching. I can watch like minutes and minutes of highlights against
Yes.
fucking of Kenyon Martin, and then Vince Carter too. It's a close.
For me, it's Vince.
Yeah.
Vince Carter is my favorite dunker
Yeah.
of all time.
You know what? I take it back because I was here in Toronto and I just Vince Carter put things on people.
Air Canada?
Yeah. But I don't know. You know me and those cockback dunks,
But I
right?
know.
You know, like so that's what gets me.
Guys, this is a loaded question.
Yeah.
I can't pick one.
I know it's hard, huh?
If you tell me one, it's Vince.
Yeah.
You know, if you're telling me one, Vince, and why?
Yes.
His body of work
Yeah.
of all the dunks he's
Thank
done
you guys for the likes.
are dirty.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, do you know how many other people had dirty dunk games?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Like we're naming them all to now, right? Like the fucking
Guy,
John
like-
Morant. John Morant in the last 2 years has and Anthony Edwards
Edwards is
has
like,
made people look so fucking stupid. You know, like just the dunks that those guys have put down on people in the past 2 years are equivalent to the dirty dunks that we're talking about
Right.
from the old school stuff. Like really and truly, John Morant and Anthony Edwards for in-game dunks have got to be up on the list. Like
yes.
and it's
True.
hard to pick 5. That's why I made it 5. I was gonna do 3,
It's
but then I
even
said I gave it 5 because, and now we can't even do 5.
No.
Right? Like look how many people we've named.
Because it's hard to be, like, if you're saying who's the best out of these guys, then you gotta say who's more consistent, because all these guys had dirty dunks, guy.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of them
Yeah.
had, like, in your face, I'm dunking on you, crownings.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're telling me who the best is, then I have to go with somebody who does it all the time. And for me, it's Vince Carter.
It's Vince. Yeah.
You know?
But you know what?
But
You know why?
I cringe saying Vince because,
Yeah, you know
like,
what? I have an issue with Vince, only because the motherfucker stopped dunking in his
I know.
last year on the Raptors,
I know.
saying I want to be known for more than dunking. Started shooting a whole lot more, sort of forced his way out of Toronto,
and then start dunking
and started
again.
fucking dunking again. You know
It's
what I
like-
mean? So you know what? A little tiny piece of me,
okay.
a tiny piece of me is like,
Toronto
fuck you,
people.
Vince.
Toronto people.
You know what I mean?
The Toronto fans hate Vince.
No, they don't. Actually, they love him again. But I do
animosity to
and I do love him. I just have that little thing that irks me about him. You know what I mean? Like
I know.
you forced your way out, did all these great things, and then talk so great about Toronto after. Like fuck off. You forced your way out. You know what I mean?
But you gotta think about
If him and McGrady, Kobe Bryant said this. Kobe Bryant,
Well, because
in an interview, said if Vince Carter had stayed, him and McGrady would have won a championship. At least one.
you see what happened when they
Kobe Bryant said that.
teamed up at the end there.
Yo,
Yeah.
come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? They like at that time, the prima donna in them didn't see what they had,
No.
and they both found their way out of there. And I was like, yo, like they put the Raptors back years by doing that, right? Like Vince Carter almost refused to play. I remember fourth quarters where Vince Carter was just benched, and I'm like, what the fuck is Vince Carter doing on the bench? You know what I mean? Like things like
Yeah.
that were happening back in those days. I was like, Jesus Christ, you know. I'm glad to be young enough not to experience the Vince fiasco when he left.
Yeah.
I know, Davin. Like, yo, Davin. Like, we're old enough that we felt that shit. You can tell by what I just said.
Yes.
That I still feel that shit.
I know.
In my innards. You know, like all up in this area.
Yeah.
I feel that still. Like, yo, I don't like that, man. Like how you fucking.
If
Fuck.
Vince Carter would have stayed in Toronto,
And Tracy stayed too.
we would have won
Multiple.
multiple championships.
That's Kobe Bryant's words. That's not even our opinion.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at this
Well,
and you're
the
like,
man-
and you're looking at this and you're like, oh, shut up, Toronto fans. Fucking go tell Kobe Bryant to shut up because Kobe was the one who said that.
I know, but it's like, look how long he played for. So you would have played with Bosh. You would have played with DeRozan.
Yeah.
You would have played with all those guys.
Well, technically, if we had been winning championships, we wouldn't have got such high picks to get those guys in. But when you're playing at a high level,
Yeah.
free agents wanted to
That's
come and
what I was
play
gonna
with
say.
him. So people were he had the league. He had like anytime Toronto showed up to any arena, sold out.
Of course, because
Everybody came to see Vince Carter.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
People were enamored. People like Kevin Durant still says Vince Carter was like my favorite player growing up. Toronto was my team.
guy,
You know?
do you know how much back in the Vince Carter era, you know, as people from the States were rocking the Toronto?
Yeah, man. It was crazy. Vince and Tracy were fucking killing it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I will never get over. I don't care. Call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. But I can't get over that little piece of
Can I call you Flim?
You can call me Flim all you want. You can call me Fucko. You can call me Fat Boy. I don't care. A little piece of me will always hold that that tiny piece.
Grudge against...
The grudge. That's the word. I'm always going to hold it. But, is he the best in-game dunker? Sorry? Yes, he is. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I mean...
But still, a little piece of me, a little...
I know. The
like,
animosity.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you, Vince.
You left not in good terms.
Yeah, and then you didn't do anything. You never won a championship. You never went anywhere, did you? Imagine if you fucking stayed.
But that is the...
Neither Tracy.
Toronto effect.
Tracy went there and never fucking did anything either.
I know.
They forced their way out of this amazing fucking duo.
But, out of the two of them, Tracy had the better career off the Raptors.
This discussion makes me realize how much the impact Vince Carter actually had with basketball in Canada.
Oh, trust me, guy.
Yeah.
Basketball, period. I feel that, in that generation or that era, he created basketball fans outside of the States.
Oh, yeah. Everywhere in the world, man.
Everywhere in the world started noticing ball because of Vince Carter.
Yeah. We have to say especially Canada, because in Canada, basketball was like secondary to hockey at a certain time. You know what I mean? And at that time, there's a whole generation of people who became basketball fans and hence played basketball and became basketball players. And now we have this fucking amazing Canadian team of kids that used to look up to Vince Carter.
Olympics.
Yeah, we're going to the Olympics. Canada's going to the Olympics.
We're going to medal. I'm calling it right now.
What? Yo, that's a wicked prediction. Yo, you heard it here first, guy.
Yeah.
Yo, Jay's predicting like we're up in the medals, yo.
We're getting at least a bronze.
At least a bronze?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could be. I could be right. The thing is, I agree, man. We're right up there. If everybody plays, yo, we got fucking
Dylan Brooks.
Yo, my boy Dylan Brooks.
He was like, guy, in that last game, he was the leading scorer.
Yeah, he played a very, very relevant role all through that tournament, guy.
You know what I think his downfall was talking to LeBron, but then not backing the talk.
No. Sometimes
he didn't play good.
No, not backing it up, not coming out and owning it after the game. You can talk against LeBron, of course. Yeah. How many people try to talk against LeBron or Kobe or whoever, or Jordan, and they get dusted? You're trying to talk against one of the greatest. You're trying to get in his head. It didn't work. Okay, it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work.
But when you're done, come out and come into interview. He declined the interviews after that. That's the only part that bugs me. Other than that,
yeah, but he was gonna get chewed up, guy. Like,
doesn't matter. Go and own it. If you want to be the villain, go and own it, and then come back next year and talk shit again. He's gonna still do it, but
he is gonna come back next year.
I like Dylan Brooks.
Houston.
I like Dylan Brooks because you know what he is?
He's a troll. You know, he's a troll. He's good.
This guy and this guy right here.
But you know what I think? I think it was good for him.
Yeah.
Because the team dropped him. He's got a new fire in his ass.
Yeah.
It's like, now he's on Houston to prove to them why you shouldn't have traded me.
Yeah.
You go to the World Championships, you get a bronze medal.
Yeah.
You fucking annoy the Americans, because now all of a sudden when they won, the Americans were like, yo, everybody started, we're going to play.
Yeah. He annoyed them so much that
now they all want to play.
KD and fucking everybody wants to play.
Everybody wants to play now. It's like, good.
Yes, Davin. Yep, FIBA. We're on top of the FIBA. We're up in the FIBA rankings.
But you know what?
We shot right up. But
you know who played good in that tournament? Was our point guard.
Yo, he's one of the best in the world, man. The
guy from Germany.
He's got 3 names. What that guy, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
about. He was in the MVP.
Flim. He's the point guard for the Raptors. Flim,
not the Raptors. Team Canada. He's a point guard for fucking Memphis, isn't he? Not Memphis. One of those fucking Flim teams. But he was like 3rd in MVP voting in the league this year. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Something.
Flim.
He has 3 names. Man.
Flim.
Why can't I remember his name? He was our MVP, man.
Flim.
Yeah, Flim. Fuck. Everybody fucking knows him. So not Dennis Schroeder, the guy for Canada, our best player.
But Dennis Schroeder played good too.
Schroeder won MVP of the whole tournament.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And now he's a Raptor. But it's fucking not Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray didn't play because he was injured.
Just imagine we don't have him to play, guys.
I know. Imagine if Jamal Murray dropped
Murray,
like 30, 40 points a game.
Jamal Murray is my favorite Canadian player.
And we have the dude from New York. He's the son of another great Canadian player. Flynn. You're gonna say it. You know about Bassett? No, not Bassett.
I know what you're talking about. Flynn.
Yeah, the point guard for Davin, the point guard for fucking thing. He was our MVP. He scored like 30 points a game.
Right?
He has 3 names. I can't remember his name.
Flynn.
Wait, some guy came in and said, "You guys look Irish." Aiden. All right, Aiden. Yes. Oh, come on, Aiden. Keep it up.
I do. I look Irish. I like to drink.
We're hoping for We like to drink coffee.
Cheers.
Yo, shout out QP Local 5441, yo. QP 5441. Pay us a retro, yo. Let's go. That's it. Shea Gildress Alexander. Yes! Davin hooked us up with the fucking name.
Okay, yes.
Shea Gildress Alexander. I told you, he has 3 fucking names. That guy.
Yes.
He came in like 3rd in MVP voting this year in the league. You know what I mean?
He's dirty.
He's dirty.
He's dirty. Guy.
Nobody in that tournament could stop him.
Yeah.
Yo, it was amazing. And so we got Shea Gildress Alexander. We got Flynn from New York. We got Dylan Brooks. Imagine if fucking Jamal Murray plays. And we got, what's his name? Yo, the white guy with the fucking
That's what I was going to say, from the guy from, is he from BC? Or?
White Flynn, yeah. He in the league.
White Flynn.
Yeah, in the league, he's just okay player. But for some reason, in the like the world tournaments, he plays so like that just suits his game better or something.
Because you know what, the FIBA rules are different.
Yeah, there's so much different rules.
Yeah, so I feel that it plays better to his game.
Yeah,
but I think that
he plays so good in that.
I think Canadian basketball more
and we got
represents
Powell,
FIBA.
some guy named Powell that's like our center.
FIBA, yeah.
Yeah,
the Powell guy is good.
Yeah, he just grabs all the fucking rebounds.
I think he plays on
Dallas.
I was gonna say Dallas.
Yeah. He just grabs fucking rebounds. That's what he was like. You,
dude, he does his job.
Yeah. Go in there. If we miss, grab it. Send it back to us. We won't miss the second time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if we miss the second time,
Kelly Olynyk, that's the guy's name.
Go grab it too.
Kelly Olynyk. That's right. Thanks, Davin. Yo, Davin's fucking putting in some work today, guy. Thank you, Davin.
Yes, Kelly Olynyk.
Kelly Olynyk. He's the dude who the FIBA game suits him so much better than the NBA game. I mean, he plays well. He's valuable still on an NBA team. Yeah. But the FIBA game, he just somehow he shines. You know what I mean? And he doesn't shine like the star, but the job that he does on it, like he's the glue guy. He's that glue guy.
You know what it is?
You
know what I like about the Canadian team? Is they all do their part.
Yeah.
And they play as a cohesive unit.
Yeah.
And it's like you got 2 or 3 guys who are the scorers, and then you got the other 2 guys who rebound, steals.
And Kelly Olynyk setting the high picks and doing those things.
All that kind of stuff.
Kelly Olynyk and the passes that he's doing. For a big man,
they remind me of the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Everybody has their function, and maybe this guy will score some points, but they share the ball. They know who's a scorer, and they play like a team. You know what it is? Chemistry.
They have good chemistry.
They play good together.
Yo, imagine Wiggins plays too.
Brethren.
We have a dirty.
We're getting the medal.
We have a dirty.
We're getting the medal. We're getting the medal.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
We're getting the medal.
Jay's calling out.
I'm calling it out.
U.S. World Championships of what? Oh yeah, the World Champions. The U.S. didn't win. The U.S. came in 4th, didn't they?
Yeah, we beat them.
We beat the U.S.
in the bronze medal game. Yeah. Germany won the gold there.
Davin's like, I keep finding all the flims for y'all. Davin's our research guy.
Yes, Davin.
Yeah. Oh yes, the meme. Yeah. U.S. the World Championships of what? Yeah. Because that track guy came out and said, what did they? Remember he was saying at one point, what do they call it? Is that what you're talking about, Davin? The track guy came out and was like, why the fuck does the NBA call it the World Champions? They're not the World Champions. They're the USA Champions. You know, like world champions have to beat the world.
True.
You know? He's like, they shouldn't call, they should stop calling it the world champions or something. I don't know, something like that. And everybody fucking hated on the guy.
Yeah.
And the guy came out and said, I still don't know what you guys are all talking about. They're not the champions of the world.
Yeah.
They're the champions of the NBA. You know?
True.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, let them beat everybody in the fucking world, and then call, because he's a track guy. He's like, yo, when I race against every country, the fastest guys in all the countries, and if I'm the world champ, I'd beat the world.
Yes.
You know?
Not just USA.
Yeah. Everybody hated on him. Yeah.
It's okay.
Thank you for the likes. Those likes are rolling, man. Thank you guys. We should wrap this segment up real quick,
We should.
so I can order lunch. I don't even know if Jay's gonna make it until lunchtime. Like, Jay may not be around till. Oh, we're still early, guy. We got some time.
We're good,
It's
yeah.
11:30.
We're
I'm
good.
gonna order some lunch.
We're good.
We'll come back on, film the second segment, but this is our time when you get to hear a word from Walmart, our sponsor. What? What are you doing? Jay's doing the neck slash thing.
Not a sponsor, dude.
Why not? We've been talking about Walmart since episode 1, guy.
I know. They need the holler. Walmart needs a holler. Papa John's needs a holler.
Coca-Cola.
Bourbon Chicken.
Coca-Cola,
They need a holler too, man.
Cadillac.
They need a holler. I need a caddy.
No, I don't want a caddy. I just want Toyota. You holler. I like Toyotas way better than anything. Fuck all those expensive.
I'll take a Camry. Holler!
Toyota. Shout us out, yo.
Shout us out.
Anyhow, I guess we'll shut this segment down right now.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Shut it down. All right.
The pig.
We're gonna shut this down. We're gonna order our
From
food.
the butt.